Hey there folks, SeKo Starcraft, game with Dragon, and I think it says Hanky Moody, but the replay was actually saved under the file name of Miester. This is from, I think this was ESL, the IEM qualifiers, may have been Go for SC2, but regardless, Terran versus Terran, it's got Dragon, so therefore I'm happy. Bring happiness on. Last time we casted him, wasn't too long ago, we saw him actually try to go mech against Protoss. Huge fan of attempting to do that. He got stomped though, so that's just kind of the case. I'm actually kind of disappointed that, I know it's not possible, but a part of me wants to see Dragon play his tournament games in these kind of micro tournaments like he does when he ladders, which if anybody else watches him play ladder, some of the most entertaining StarCraft you'll see. He does funny builds, crazy stuff, great personality. But that doesn't also mean that he necessarily wins that much, unfortunately. It means he sometimes just gets run over by a great plate pull, but it means he always puts on entertaining games, so therefore it's always entertaining to watch. Wall off one side, no wall off on the other. I'm a bigger fan of not walling off because I have not lost to not doing it yet. Well, unless you're playing against Zerg. Zerg's the only time I'm wall off. We do have a gas after barracks on this side, I believe. Yeah, well, this gas, yeah, it looked like it was after barracks as well, I'd have to say. So it looks like they're opening up with pretty much identical builds. Yeah, pretty much exact timings on everything there. We'll just see what the difference here is going to be. It's not going to be enough gas out immediately to get a Reaper for either player. So we'll see if there's intention of doing that. Well, I might be able to get a Reaper. It's not that far off. It's only 50. 50? Yeah, it's 50. Marine on one side. I think we are saving up for a Reaper on this side. There it is. Orbital commands at the same time. And generally I go for my gas before my barracks so I can get that Reaper started right away. But I think that ends up costing me 1 or 2 SCVs in the early game, and therefore your economy is a little bit more stunted, even though your Reaper is going to be out much earlier. And sometimes that's nice because you get that earlier scout, that earlier potential damage, but unless it pays for itself, suffering economy for tech is something you generally don't always want to do. Interesting spot there for that supply depot. I think that if you build supply depots around here, the Reaper won't be able to jump up on this side, which would be super funny. Still a little bit more wall down here, but this map is generally pretty bad for Reapers just because there's a very much more minuscule area to actually get up and doing stuff. Factory on one side, expansion on the other. Maybe we'll see Banshees. Woo. We might end up seeing Banshees out of our Dragon player here. He does have that other gas started, so that's what I've got to assume. He'll generally start that second gas just as your factory's getting close to finished. That way he'll be able to pop out. You're at 100 gas, starport, and you've got a reactor on this side, but we should be seeing that tech lab. Yep, there it is. Go down there. So the Reaper didn't really do anything special for him. His factory is obviously a long ways behind. Got a reactor going on that. Command center in place. So there really is nothing here at all to deal with Banshees. I mean, he'll have some Marines out by then, but the engineering bay is a long ways off. He'll have extra scans. He'll have the double orbital, which helps. It's nice to have these supply depots out here against this so you can see any drops. And sometimes that means that when a drop comes down, they'll try to kill a supply depot rather than one into your mineral line, which is always favorable. We should have enough for the Banshee 100 and the cloak. No cloak. Did he spend his money on? Oh, he's getting a Raven. This is very interesting. He's actually predicting. I wonder if he's predicting. We'll see if a Viking comes out. I thought maybe he was predicting that there would be some sort of Banshee follow-up. Going Reaper is very easy to transition into going Banshee because you're already obviously getting that gas. But in this case, it looks as though we might be seeing Dragon go for a really aggressive one-base tank push. There's the tank. Marines heading across the map. The Raven's going to pop out, and then there's a Viking behind that. And I think that's really just to make sure he doesn't get countered. Going for this fast tank play can very easily get countered by 1 or 2 Banshees, and that just ends up rolling all over you. Check on the watchtowers. What he wants to do is control the map all the way up into this base, so that way he'll be able to deny the fact any scouting of what's coming at him. Lots of missile turrets in place though. Both players, well, I was about to say it looked like Dragon was afraid of something happening to him, but no, he's committed into actually going for some sort of damage and attack. One tank's already done. That one Reaper could be pretty pesky because I don't think there's anything back in the base right now to deal with this. It might just die right here though. I don't know if he saw what was there. This is really interesting because I don't think Dragon necessarily is looking to go and just storm the front right now. I mean, that's obviously very difficult in a Terran matchup. But what he really wants to do, I think, is just deny any expansion opportunities. And maybe we're going to see him go for his own expansion here pretty soon. He's got a bit of minerals built up, so it wouldn't surprise me too much. I love this. I'm a huge fan of the very fast tank push against Terran. You just have that opportunity to put so much pressure on, and there's really nothing that this Terran can do about it right now. He's building a starport, but there's already a Raven out, Viking out, second tanks in position. Does have the vision range, so the tanks aren't going to sneak up on him here. And there is actually a point defense drone and a seeker missile ready. You don't want to lose that Viking. This is working out super well. I like this build from Dragon. People should copy this build. This build was really slick. Looks like he wants to try to get out. No, he just wants to get air control with Vikings. The tank's in an important position here. And he actually got the Widow Mine at the same time. Enough Vikings in position here, even with 2 Vikings at a time. I don't think it's going to matter enough. Tank's in a pretty good spot back there. He's getting some good pickoffs here on some of those units. Yeah, now he notices. 4 tanks in position. Vikings are going to pop out. And there is actually no commitment for another command center. Nope, there it is. Finally started on that side. I'm surprised the SCVs and stuff haven't been pulled for some sort of rush yet. I mean, he's just going to start bleeding units over on this side for a while now. Double scan, I'm not too sure. I think they both each cast one. And this is really interesting from Dragon. Just the pressure just keeps coming. It's not in a rush. Oh, Vikings. Now he's not mining anything. GG lol. Cool strategy. I've not seen a one base. Well, it's pretty much all in. It's fairly all in. All in would maybe be if he took all of his SCVs with him as well. Just nice strategy. Fun game. Good job, Dragon. I'm proud of you. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. This has been SeKo Starcraft, and we'll talk with you later.